Hello, I think this is working. Welcome back. I feel like it's been a bit of a while since I just posted one of these videos where I rant a little bit about a piece of tech that I want to talk about. And I've decided today to do it on the hottest day on earth. So in the UK right now, it is 32 degrees. And you might not think it is hot, but trust me, this is the hottest thing ever. I have this small Xiaomi fan trying to keep me alive while I record this, but it probably won't be a long video because I might sweat to death. So I basically wanted to talk about the Pixel. So on Android Authority, either today, tomorrow, whenever this video goes up, this other video might already be out there, but I was doing a long-term review of the Pixel 10 Pro and the Pixel 10 Pro XL, and it's a phone that I am still kind of like confused about almost a year later, because I've had this phone in my pocket for a lot of the year, and it's one of those phones that I keep going back to. Like, I will use something else, I will come back to this, I will use something else, blah 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 blah. And almost every other phone that I've used this year is better than the Pixel, but I love this thing, and I don't know why, because on paper and even using it, it's kind of like a terrible phone, isn't it? Like, it's not powerful, it doesn't have the best cameras, the battery isn't great, but there's something about the Pixel that, I don't know, it kind of draws me in every single time. And I've used both this year. So I originally got the Pixel 10 Pro XL at the Made by Google event in New York. When is it? August last year, I think. And when I had this for the first couple of weeks, it was honestly, it was terrible. Like, I had some of the worst battery life I've ever had on a phone. Like, I was getting maybe 3 hours of screen on time with this. And in the first review, like almost a year ago, I was like, yeah, okay, it's a pretty bad phone. But then we had an update and it got a little bit better. And then I was using this for a while and it was kind of okay. But I had to then buy my own version of the Pixel 10 Pro. And that's because this is an eSIM only phone, which I complained about. Well, actually, no, I didn't complain about it. I did the opposite. I said, oh, stop complaining about eSIM only phones. There's not an issue with it. Like, you're all causing a problem, and there isn't one. There is one. eSIM is so annoying. Like, I don't know what the issue is with eSIM. I don't know how hard it is for carriers to just sort eSIMs out properly, but moving them from phones is so difficult. And I was kind of in a nice position where I get a new phone almost like every single week. So I swap my phone a lot and I like to put my number in it and properly use it. But it was not easy with this. So I went off and bought the regular Pixel 10 Pro. And I don't know, like, I have a few notes of what I wanted to talk about with this. And firstly, I feel like I want to talk about the battery. I know I touched on it on the XL. The XL battery is fine. The battery for the Pixel 10 Pro, I don't like it. Diabolical. Is that a good word to use? Like, I've used so many phones that have I don't know, 7,000 milliamp hour batteries, and this one I think is like 4,800, something like that. But it's terrible. It's really bad. Like, if you don't use the phone, it will last all day and you're fine with it, but as soon as you start using it, it's just so bad. Like, right now it is on, I don't know if you can see that or not, it's on 54%. And today all I've done is sit in my desk. I went to the shop, and this was in Android Auto, so it's even had a little bit of charge on it, and it's still at 54%. Like, I don't know why this is so bad. My thought is that it's definitely something to do with Tensor. And Tensor on its own is, obviously, it's not very powerful. It's probably as powerful, I think, as like a Snapdragon Gen 3, Gen 2, something like that. And I'm not bothered about the power. The power doesn't bother me at all. But the battery efficiency, it does. And there's just some bad things about the Pixel for charging. It has 27-watt charging. It's just slow. It takes forever to get to like 100%. So I have that problem with it. The battery, I think, is pretty terrible. But there is one thing that I love about a Pixel, and it's one of the only Android phones that has this. I actually don't think there's any other Android phone that, like, proper Android phone. So like the HMD phones, I don't think they count. But it has MagSafe. Like, it has, if it works, it has Qi2 magnets built into the back of it. And I was so disappointed this year when the S26 Ultra didn't have it. Like, if it had it, there'd be no way I'd be using a Pixel, I don't think. But the fact that this is the only Android phone that has MagSafe or Qi2 magnets, Pixel Snap built into the back of it, like, it's quite clutch from Google. I don't know why no one else is doing this, but it has kind of made me want to use this phone more than I probably would. But there's definitely a few other reasons that I kind of love this phone, despite how bad it is. Like at the moment, this is my daily driver, probably until we get to Galaxy Unpacked and we start seeing some of the new folds from Samsung. But one of the things that makes me want to use this phone, and I think you only can agree on this if you actually use a Pixel, like the OS is so good. Like Android 17 and Material 3 Expressive, it makes the Pixel, I think, like in a league of its own when it comes to software. Like One UI is a little bit messy. You have then Oppo's UI. You have the OS that is on like a Vivo phone, and they're all messy. Everything else is trying to be iOS, and Google, they're just kind of not doing that. They're giving you some nice blur. They're making it like, I'd say like a really seamless experience. You don't go onto this phone and find loads of junk on it. There's no like really pre-installed apps that you wouldn't want. Do you know what I mean? Like I go onto an Oppo phone, or maybe it's a Vivo phone, it could be Xiaomi, but then there's things like Temu that are preloaded onto the phone. Like, I don't know, I don't want Temu on my phone. Like occasionally I might go through Temu, but I don't want it pre-installed on my phone. And then if you have the Pixel Buds and the Pixel Watch, which by the way is the best, like it's such a good watch. Like if you have all of that, you get into this ecosystem, which I think a lot of Apple fans think that Apple is the best ecosystem you can get. But honestly, Google is pretty much there, especially with the fact now that you can use AirDrop on Pixels. And I know it's come to other Android phones, but that just makes using a Pixel so much easier. And there's one other thing that I love about a Google Pixel phone, and it's the camera. Like I went to Greece last week on holiday, and I was taking pictures for the review with this phone, and I just sat there thinking, you know what? This is such a good camera. It doesn't have a 1-inch sensor. Like I have the Vivo X300 Ultra here, and that has got much better camera hardware, but it kind of doesn't take the same photos as a Pixel. This has a pixelness about it, I think. Like the photos you can get from it are, I think, on par with some of those bigger Chinese brands like Oppo and Vivo and Xiaomi. So yeah, I love the camera, but there's just something about a Pixel camera. The thing that I don't like though is the video. The video is so terrible on a Pixel. Like it has got better. Like it has to have got better. It couldn't be as bad as it was on the Pixel 5s and 4s, and I think even like 7s and 6s. It was not good. So stabilization improved quite a bit this year because I think they changed the sensor a little bit on that main lens. So if you use the main lens, it's pretty stable. The problem is that it's not very pro. Like the Google Pixel 10 Pro might be the least pro phone that I've used, especially when it comes to pro features. Like the iPhone and the S26 Ultra, they have like log recording. Like so many of those phones now have log recording, but with the Pixel, you can't. It's like point and shoot. That's kind of it. And then there's one other thing that really frustrates me on this: video boost. Like if you guys have ever used the Pixel and wanted to get the best video from that phone, you have to use Video Boost, but you have to turn Video Boost on every single time. You have to send it to the cloud. You have to wait, I don't know, like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. Sometimes it's 5 hours. You just never know how long it's going to take for those pictures, the videos to come back from the cloud. And when it's actually gone through that Google Video Boost magic, it's fantastic. But otherwise, the video on this is kind of not good. And yeah, I kind of wish it was better. The Pixel 11 definitely needs it to be a bit better. And then the only other note that I have here, these are the notes I had down for this. And that bottom one is, I kind of love it. And I don't know why. I feel like it's like, it's like one of those, maybe a child that you have, and other people are like, oh, isn't that an annoying child or something? I don't know if this analogy works or not, because I don't have a child, but you kind of love it if you own it and you use it and you're with it every single day. The battery, it's pretty terrible. The video, it's pretty terrible. But then like it has one of the best displays that I've used in a long time. It's crisp, the colors are fantastic. And if it had an anti-reflective coating, then I feel like this might just be one of the best displays that you can get on not just on an Android phone, on any phone. So I want to see that on the Pixel 11 Pros. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly come on and talk about the Pixels. There's the full proper review on the Android Authority YouTube channel if you want to go and watch it, with some nice fancy B-roll, kind of like some nice music, but that's not what this channel is about. This one is just about talking through and kind of like no cuts. It's like a tech diary almost, but I think that name is already taken by Mark Ellis, the Tech Diaries, and I think I'm Tech Chat or Paul Tech Talk or something like that. I don't know what it is anymore. But yeah, that's kind of it. I need to stop talking because it's still 39 degrees in this room and I'm sweating and the Xiaomi fan is almost running out of power. But if you want to subscribe to this channel, feel free. I'll just like upload a couple more videos talking about what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about the iPhone Air next because I have a feeling there's something about the iPhone Air. So I want to talk about that one. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. If you do, I would massively appreciate it. Sorry, this is a little bit rambly. I have no script, so it's kind of just coming off the top of my head. And if you subscribe to this one, then I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.